Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all for joining me. I thought I would come on and just update you a bit. I've not been on for 2 weeks now, I think, for no reason than I just didn't have anything to show you previously, and then last week we were having the driveway done, so it was just too loud for me to film, because they were here from like 9 till like 6. And then by the time it's 6 o'clock, it's like dinner time and wind down time and such. But I'm off this week, so I might come back again. Who knows? But I thought I'd come on and show you, because I'm sat at a bit of an awkward angle. Kirk's just coming from work, and I'm just coming from being out with my friend. And he didn't sleep at all last night, so I've told him he likes to have a nap, bless him. He was in bed when I came in. I was like, just have a little nap, I'll film downstairs, it's fine. Ooh, we have post. It's probably a leaflet of something I don't want. So I'm filming down here, but other than putting you in the kitchen cupboard, there's sort of nowhere to put you without me sitting on the floor. And I've just been sat on a pub back garden on a very uncomfortable bench for a couple of hours. Both me and Charlotte had very sore bottoms. So I want to sit on a nice comfortable sofa. So you're at a bit of an awkward angle is what I'm saying. And my top keeps it's got adjustable straps, and I think they need adjusting quite a lot, because it's sort of just doing this. Anyway, I've made a blanket. I will show you that blanket. I'm at a really terrible angle for showing you things. So this is Wilko yarn, which is discontinued unfortunately, but the edging is Poundland yarn, which is very, very similar. It's not the same, but it is very similar, so you could just use that yarn if you liked this one. But this is Wilko yarn. It's Yarn Fair yarn, so they might still sell it somewhere, I don't know where. It's in Poppet. It was the brand Poppet. I don't think it was that colour, but it's like pastel colours. And a lady on Instagram said that it reminded her of cotton candy or candy floss, so it's the candy floss blanket. I've just done 4 solid granny squares. I had 4 100-gram skeins. So with a 5mm hook, I managed to get 16 rows per granny square, then stitch it together, and then I used the Poundland yarn to do like a frilly edge, where I literally just chained 4, slip stitched into the next one, chained 4, and it just created a bit of interest without me having to like follow an actual border or think too much. So I've used all the yarn except for 150-gram skein of this, and I did think about going around and like making it extra frilly, but I did it and it didn't really look great, so I thought I could just use, I've just redone my hair and I don't think it looks great either. It needs dyeing. It's gone a bit gingery, which I don't mind being a bit gingery, but normally it's less patchy. Yeah, I have got naturally it's like gingery brown hair, and I do really like it, but because I've got blonde in the ends, like it doesn't match, and I find it really distracting. I just want it to be this colour, not this colour, or just this colour and not like just one colour. Anyway, tangent. I forget what I was saying. So I made I've made a baby blanket, and it's really soft. I don't know if I'm showing you very well. I'm at a really terrible angle, but I have put pictures on Instagram, quite swanky pictures as well. I even laid a flower on it. And I'm thinking that if ever I do open an Etsy store, which I think I'm still thinking about it, I know there's lots of pros and cons. I think I am, if I do it, it will be to try it for myself. Charlotte and I, she's very crafty. She doesn't crochet. She does a bit of everything. She makes cards, and she does make a lot of the like box frames with like Scrabble tiles and different bits and bobs in. I think I've shown you mine before in my craft room tour. We have always daydreamed about doing a craft fair together, but obviously, not obviously, but we haven't done one yet. And with baby Grace, she's just not getting the time to craft. So We will do it one day. But I'm still umming and ahhing about Etsy. But this isn't for anyone. I don't know anyone that's having a baby or who's... And my boss at work's just had a baby, but I'm not that close to him. And Charlotte, I don't think she needs any more baby blankets. And I mean, if she saw it and liked it and wanted it, she could have it. But I feel like if she wanted a baby blanket, she might like to pick her own colours. And she has got a lot, and I don't feel like she needs any more. I will ask her. But yeah, I think it's not that I necessarily want... Well, I would like to sell things, of course I would. But I think also... making things that's not for this particular person has like opened it up for me a bit. Like I can make shawls without knowing somebody that will wear a shawl, just knowing that I can at least sell it or donate it or whatever. I think I'd like to sell it, but if they don't sell it, it's not the end of the world to me. We'll see. Testing the waters. We'll see what happens. Of course, sorry, my hand's there in the way. Of course, the dream is to have a living as a crocheter, make a living as a crocheter, but we're not there yet. So let's just start with selling a blanket or two. We'll see. So that's going to go in the washer. Quite pleased with that. It didn't take me long to make. Bought down this shawl. That can go in the washer and go on the line. Whoops. And I've also bought down this shawl, which needs a wash. It doesn't need a wash. It just needs like pinning out on the line. So I might as well wash it rather than just wet it. But I think I'm going to do a little bit of a, even if it's just a row of white granny stripe, bit of a border on this. Just feel like it needs to be a smidge longer. And then I have had a little bit of a break from squares, but I have been joining them together. I've had an upgrade. I got this basket that I'm about to show you. This is more that I've joined together. I'm trying to do them in squares of 6 by 6. That's some more. I feel like I'm not showing you for very long. How long do you need to look at them? That's another row. I've had to not upgrade the basket, but get a bigger basket. So, but this, oh, just whacked myself in the chin. It's quite large. Was £1.98 from Pound Stretcher. So if you want a bargain basket, I found this quite easy because I've got a bit of a system going on. So in this bag, I put squares that need their ends sewing in, and I'll make so many squares and then have a bit of a sew in, and then I'll throw all the squares that are made into this basket, and then when I get bored of doing all that, I'll sew some together. So look at all those ends. That has nearly all the ends sewn in. That makes me feel a lot better than this one. And then I'll probably make some, I think I'm doing 6 by 6. Make some 6 by 6 squares, and then I might sew them together. So I'm doing sort of a bit of a production line. There's some more here, look. They need to go on to that one. Oh, put the square in the wrong section. Mustn't do that. Oh no. Do you know what I hate? Is when I'm going through and I find I've duplicated. Because I have a bit of a system. Let me tell you my system. It's not that innovative. So in here, this one has died a bit. In here, I have yarn. And so what I'll do is if this is the colour that's going to be in the middle of the square, I think I make about 20, because I also have somewhere around here. See, this is why I shouldn't sit at a stupid angle, because I can't find anything. Oh, it's behind me. I also have this, which is full of scraps of a bit of everything. So I think there was 17 yarns in here. So I make about 20 with this colour middle, and then I'll go through and edge the 20 single rounds in the next colours. Does that make sense? So for this one example, I'll make 20 blue centres, and then I'll go around and make and edge all of those in the different colours. And then that way I'm making sure, I'm not worried if I duplicate at all, because I'm going to try and just keep it random. But I want to make sure that I get all the colours. So by doing that, so now I know, waffle. So I know that I have done, it's a bit spaghetti junction-ish, but I know I've done this section for centres, and I've done this one for centres, and now I'm on to this one. So I've got 4 rows and I'm about halfway, but there's just loads of squares, which I'm not sad about. And then I've got all these, which I just sort of use as and when. But my plan is, spitting everywhere, is to do that lot of squares and then try and use some of these scraps, and then perhaps use this yarn for other things. I've been making bunting. Did I show you my rainbow bunting that I've done for a giveaway? I was part of a collaborative giveaway on Instagram. I think I spoke about it, and I did a red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple string of bunting. I sent that off on Monday. It's closed now, so obviously I sent it off. I think I showed you my granny square from Crafty Little Ladybird. There are 2 more that I need to catch up on, and these are the bunting, I was going to say squares, triangles. I just make them out of odds and ends. I think I'm making them all 17 rows. I don't know why, because we have a bit in the garden, and I said to Kirk the other week, because we need to move it along, because it's where it is, it's sort of like it's just at the side of the garden. It could do with like being in the middle. He's like, oh, I thought you were going to make it to go all the way around the garden. I was like, would you mind? He was like, no. I was like, ooh. He was like, no. So I'm going to make more out of random colours. So I think I'll do all the combinations of squares out of this lot. Then I might move on to bunting, because then I can select new yarn to do even more colours. I don't know what this blanket's going to be. It could end up being just like a baby blanket, or it could end up being like a huge king size bed blanket, or something in the middle. I'm thinking something in the middle, but I'm happy to keep going, and we'll see. I do like how it's looking. I think it looks nice. It's a good way to use up yarn, and I'm not particularly on a yarn ban. I have no interest in. I don't have no interest in buying yarn. That's a lie. But I just don't want to buy any yarn at the minute. I have every colour that I could need, and I think a lot of it's mismatched. I think I've spoken about this before. There's like a bit of everything there, but there's that much selection that I don't really have like enough Stylecraft to make this thing, or enough lollies to make it. Like, it's too much of a mismatch. I want to try and use a bit up. Try and use up the variegated yarns, because they're just not going with anything. And try and use up some of the cakes that I've got as well. So I'm on a bit of a use up, but I'm not on a ban. If I want to buy some yarn, I can buy some yarn. But I can't buy any yarn at the minute because my shelves are full. And that's annoying me as well. So anyway, I'm going to go. This was quite short and sweet for me, but I feel like I did ramble on a lot because I've literally just shown you a blanket and a half. This has a lot of dog hair on it. Hector has helped a lot with this blanket. So that'll need a good wash. But yes, I think I'm going to go and stick my baby blanket in the wash and pin it on the line, because everything out there will be dry now, because it's a beautiful day. And I'm going to go and get myself a drink, charge my phone, and watch more Pretty Little Liars, because I'm on the last season. I'm about halfway through, and oh my goodness me, my auntie is 2 seasons behind me. And if any of you have watched Pretty Little Liars, you'll know that that is like 1,000 things have happened since then. So my auntie's texting me about things that I've completely forgotten about, but I can't mention what happened to so-and-so because she doesn't even know that so-and-so's on the scene or whatever. I don't want to spoil it for anyone that might be watching it, because no. Yeah, so I'm gonna go. That was another minute of me waffling on. Thank you all for watching. Please go and check me out on Instagram, because I'm on there a lot at the minute. This hair, just. I'm on there a lot at the minute because it's just instant, and I'm a bit lazy with filming. I do need to up my game. I'm very sorry. I just feel like I need to have something to show you. Anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a lovely week. I hope the weather is nice wherever you are, and let me know what you're up to in the comments, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. Don't push the camera off, Ruth.